Hello and welcome to another video from TheSavageTrout on YouTube, and it's episode 60 of my FIFA 15 Burnley career mode. And in this episode we will actually have some easier fixtures for once, which is quite nice. All three of the teams that we're facing in this episode are currently in the bottom 5, so it's looking good for us. We have Bolton at home, which will probably be our first kind of local derby ever, although obviously, you know, Bolton not quite as a bigger derby as it would be against Blackburn, but it's still quite a big game, especially at home. Should be a relatively easy win. And then you've got Everton away, which will probably be the most difficult game, although we do also have Leicester at home in the final game. And knowing our home form in this career mode and our form against Leicester, that could go anyway. But we're 4 points away from the top 4, which is Liverpool. So if we could get 3 wins in this episode, or at least 2 wins and a draw, we can definitely start to put them under pressure and maybe even break into the top 4 in this episode. Obviously we're going with the 4-3-3 that's been working quite nicely for us. Luckily Winston Reid's actually gone up to an 80 now, so he's really progressing. Bellerin is also going up in the world. Pasalic and Carrick have really done well in that holding role so far, and Jerome's also come in for Jutskovic as well, which is the one change from the last game where we beat Southampton 2-1. So this is a Bolton game. The team are bottom of the league. Theoretically, this should be one of the easiest games that we have this season, but you know, this is FIFA, anything can happen, and this is a wild card equation really, so let's get really lucky. And it's come back here, oh my word, that was drilled. Luckily it was straight at Heaton, but it was something from nothing really, and if they'd scored from it I would have been pretty miffed, to be honest, and Heaton probably should have done a bit better there as well. Corner kick, first real chance of the game, to be honest. Well guys, it's been a disappointing first half really, especially compared to the Southampton game. It's weird because they've been allowing us a lot of time and space on the ball, but they seem to be allowing us almost too much time and space on the ball, so I'm just thinking about it too much and I can't find that right pass. They're leaving a lot of, well, they're leaving themselves really exposed at the back. They are going for it. They seem to be going for the aerial threat with Jones, and then just trying to get something on the end of it with a load of players like they did with their pretty much only shot, but we really haven't been able to do anything with it, so we need something else in the second half really. Maybe Jutskovic will come on later on. At this stage I'll take a scrappy 1-0 win here. Perez, we can put a ball in, it's going to come! Just when we needed the finish. Van Bolswinkel, who's been so trusty so far this season, especially in the air, has somehow glanced it wide, and it was looking positive there. Again, they left us a hell of a lot of room. It was a good cross and just the finish wasn't there. Oh, good ball through. It's a real chance here for Cameron Jerome. What on earth is that? Our finishing so far. We've had 2 chances in the space of a couple of minutes, and I don't know why he was taking it on that foot either. I'm pretty sure that's his weak foot. But I thought he was just going to guide it in with the other foot, to be honest. And that's it. And that is another 0-0 draw this season. God's sake, man, it's so frustrating because you win all those games and then you piss it up against a team like Bolton, and it just didn't feel right, that game, from the first minute. To be fair, in the first half we were poor. The second half it felt like we were better, but they just put everyone behind the ball and the game just would not go our way. So many shoddy touches, finishing was poor, and when you look at the stats, it's probably a deserved result, but the second half we were all over them. But we just couldn't carve out a chance, and, well, back to a drawing board, I guess, but crucial points dropped, crucial. Well guys, luckily we've been handed a lifeline, because it seems like teams like Chelsea, Man United, Man City have all had a bit of a shocker. So Arsenal and Liverpool have consolidated themselves in the top 4. Liverpool are obviously 4th, but it looks like Arsenal might have got in there, I think. So we still are 4 points off the top 4 now, so certainly a lifeline there, although we could have been 2 points closer, which is disappointing because we could have had a real chance to overtake. But as you can see, Everton have now up to 14th. They're 5 points away from us, so this is a very crucial game to keep in touch with the top 4, and we must win it. We're going with the same lineup. The end of the game was very good. We just need to do better with the finishing, and I have faith because the defence has been top quality this season minus the Spurs game. I really haven't conceded many, It's just how we do up front that sort of determines a game, and it will determine the game here. So here we go, Everton away. Please win this. Carrick, that's a good ball into Jerome. Jerome cuts inside. Jerome here, he's got a bit of room. Oh, taking a deflection. That deflection almost carried it in. But Jerome, it just opened up for him nicely there. Not quite sure who the deflection, who had the deflection there, but it's a good save. Good ball in. Winston, the header was taken away from him. And Perez, he can keep going here. And Perez is causing them problems. He's had to pull it back. And we've got the corner again. We're putting Everton under a lot of pressure early on here. Much better than the Bolton game so far. That's perfect. Oh, it's hit the bar. It was a real floating header. No ball, good save. And we're absolutely battering Everton here. It's almost carrying on from... We're just all over them. It's carrying on from the last game at the end of it. Carrick now, good ball in. Dreadful cross in the end. Well, it wasn't a bad cross, it was just no one was in position. And what a chance that was there. Two real chances. And they go begging. And that's two headers that Van Wolfswinkel's missed now. That's a good ball. And this is dangerous because McGeady's done well, and that's a good save. And what an electric start to the game this has been. Both sides having fantastic chances already, and we're only 15 minutes in. Ball over the top, Naismith got an extra yard on Reed there. And this is looking a bit dangerous. This is looking very dangerous. Barkley, Jesus, he got an extra yard, and I thought that was in. Slight cock up in the defence there. And it opened up for them nicely. Gone down to defensive for a second. A lot of pace down that side was Bellerin and Jerome. That's not a bad ball in. Oh, it's off the bar again. That's the second time now. It might have gone off the post actually. It was hard to see. But Bellerin was another great delivery like he always seems to do. And how has Van Wolfswinkel not scored in this episode? Gave Barkley way too much room there. And now Pienaar has way too much room. Good header away. It's going to come back to Barkley though, and he seems to be getting all the opportunities at the moment. And he's made us pay. And I don't believe it. There is no way that Everton deserve to be winning this game. And this episode is just pissing me around at the moment, I think, because Van Wolfswinkel has had 4 clear-cut headers, or 3 even, in the last 2 games that he should have put in, and he's missed all of them. And now Barkley scored that wonder goal. We had to get tied to him, we didn't, and now we've got a massive mountain to climb once again. Otherwise this episode is really going down the toilet. Van Wolfswinkel, turn of pace, nice stuff, Van Wolfswinkel, it just won't go in. It was a good save, but I thought it was just creeping into the post. I just thought it was creeping into the bottom corner, but it just rolled wide. Noble into the box. God, I thought he was going to get there. Ben Mee opens up for a nicely good save. And it bounces out perfectly for them. How lucky have Everton got in this game? This is getting borderline ridiculous. Well, guys, I really can't believe this game so far. All the shots have been on target in this game, but I just don't understand how we're not winning this. Van Wolfswinkel has had 3 clear-cut chances, 2 that have hit the bar. We've had shots from Ben Mee, we've had saves left, right and centre. We really should not be losing this game. I mean, Everton have had a few decent chances, but we've had more possession. And we should at least be level. We deserve that at least. It's really ridiculous. And if we don't get a point out of this, at least, then I'll be very disappointed. But surely there's got to be a goal in here somewhere. Gibson, again, I don't like how much room he's got. That's well turned. Oh, piss off. Just piss off, FIFA. It's just so undeserved. And we're falling back down the pecking order. Constant runs of forms, changes, it's just all part of the scripting. And he's just mugged both my defenders off and slotted it in, and there's surely no way back now. Jutskovic now, that's a good ball, no ball, hits it! Oh, he's pulled out another wonder save. What is it going to take to even get a goal in this damn game? Ben Mee. Good ball, Jerome! Oh, it's another wonder save! What is it going to take? How is this keeper doing so well? I mean, I've thrown everything at them in this game, and they've gone and stole it 2-0. Time. And that's even more disappointing than Bolton, really. There's no doubt about it that that's really screwed us in the top 4 race again. And I knew these next 3 episodes were going to be crucial in terms of how we could challenge for the top 4. And it just didn't make any sense to me, that game. I mean, just look at the stats here. 9 shots on target, 11 shots overall. Some of the saves the keeper made were ridiculous. It would not go in for Van Volswinkel. 0 goals in this episode, and we're back to our fantastic goal scoring best. But I don't think I've been doing much different to the last episode. It's just FIFA doesn't want to let me score here. Well guys, this is our current table, and as you can see, we're back to our mediocre best of 10s with 0 goal difference, 10 scored, 10 conceded. And then just look at the win, draws and losses, it's just ridiculous. We're 6 points away from the top 4 now, so it is imperative that we win this game to at least keep within 6 points, otherwise God knows where we could end up. Leicester are 19th, this should be an easy game, but we all have history with them. George Boyd is back, he's going to start on the right in place of Jerome. Apart from that, we're pretty much keeping the same lineup. Starting to get a bit worried that we might get locked into the same lineup and start dying towards the end of the season, but I just want to score a goal in this game because it just seems to be a constant theme, apart from the last episode where we don't score in the first 2 games and then score in the final game or something like that. But we desperately need a win here. Good ball over the top. Noble will get there. He's onside. That's good. That's a great ball in. Oh, headed away. Come out to Carrick! So close. Perez is injured. Oh no. That's not good. We're going to have to go with... we're going to go with Jutskovic on the left instead of Kitely. Well, that could have been brilliant, but instead Carrick's just missed a brilliant opportunity and Perez is injured, so that's sort of a double whammy. Oh, I thought that was in from Carrick, but hopefully Jutskovic can come on and make a difference. I hope that's not long term. Oh, this can set Jutskovic on his way perfectly. Right, come on, this is a real chance. We really shouldn't be screwing this up. It's a good ball into Noble. Oh, it's come off the bar again. I just cannot believe this at the moment. I think that's the 3rd or 4th time we've hit the bar in this episode. I've accidentally pressed that. It could work. It's come out to Pasalic. Oh, and that accidental pass almost worked. It just won't fall for us. I really cannot fathom how we haven't scored in this episode. It is unreal. We've hit the bar again with Noble, with a lethal shot. Carrick got ever so close. The ball into Pasalic almost works from the corner. Perez is injured, and I just don't know what it's going to take at the moment. I just want anyone to stick it in the net, to be honest. I don't care how ugly it is. It could be a bloody Heaton goal from 60 yards. I really don't care. Into Boyd. Jerome could not get away. It's come to Noble! And another save by the keeper. Noble with another drive. That's his 2nd opportunity of the game. Come on, Jutskovic. Ball over. We're going to have to go for a pop, and it's nowhere near. I was hoping Carrick could pull something out of the bag, but passing was not going to work. And in this episode, we have scored 0 goals. And I don't understand how. How have we scored 0 goals? I mean, it's another game that we've absolutely dominated. They've had so little chance. I mean, the possession, yes, I've had more of that, but 5 shots on target out of the 6. We've hit the bar again. I don't understand how we haven't scored in this episode. It's 2 similar results with the Bolton and Leicester games. They just put everyone behind the ball. And we just can't break it down at the moment. Not enough creativity. And a really disappointing episode because I thought I could have got into the top 4. And how long is Perez out for? 4 weeks. That's not great either. Table, and again we've just been saved by so many teams around us slipping up. Sadly we're down to 11th, but we're 6 points away from the top 4 still, so again, it's so frustrating because these 3 games we could have at least got 7 points out of on paper, really, possibly even 9, and that would have put us well into the top 4. But instead, we've only collected 2, which is very, very poor, to be honest. But in the next episode, we'll be facing Stoke away, who are not doing too bad, Palace at home, who look like they're riding high, and Manchester City at home, who are in 9th. They actually wanted me to become their manager. It's quite tempting after this episode, to be honest, even though I really wouldn't want to go to Manchester City, because, I mean, just the quality maybe isn't there with the finishing for us at the moment. But that is the end of the episode. A bitly disappointing episode. I think it's going to be titled How, to be honest, because I don't understand how we haven't scored in this episode. So thank you for watching, guys, and until next time, goodbye.